Brothers and sisters, God bless you. I just want to give a short, very short video. I don't want to go on, because what happens is I'll go on, I'll start rambling. So, let me get right to the point. Most importantly for you to know is this. Most important thing is 3 things in the Bible I'm going to point to. First, we're going to go to Revelation 2:9. Okay, and I'll read it. Revelation 2:9. 9 and 10. Okay? I know thy works in the tribulation and I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, or maybe into a FEMA camp, okay, that ye may be tried. It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. It's written, ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Okay? So not all of us, but it says, some of you, all right, shall be cast into prison. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right, now, with that, I want to go over to Matthew 24:29. And it says, immediately after the tribulation of those days, what shall they do of those 10 days? Because it just said that some of you will have tribulation 10 days. All right? It's written. It says, some of you will have tribulation 10 days. Be not, fearful of anything that will come, but be faithful unto death, and now you will receive a crown of life. Now watch. So, in 29, it says, immediately after the tribulation of those 10 days, it's not written 10 days, but I'm adding it in. But I'm only adding it in because it says in Revelation that some of you will have tribulation 10 days. So, the 10-day period goes from Rosh Hashanah to Atonement. That's the 2 feasts, right? 2 feasts. Starts at the Feast of Trumpets, goes 10 days till Atonement. Now, because of this, the only reason I'm looking at it like this is because everything is culminating in September. And that's the only reason. The Pope is coming. He's going to open a Congress. He's going to the UN. He's going to visit with President Obama. There's the Tomorrowland festivals that are taking place, all right, in Atlanta, Georgia. It's, for 3 days from 25th, 6th, and 7th, all right, just prior to the last lunar eclipse, blood moon, which is a super moon. It goes on and on. Rosh Hashanah is a partial solar eclipse, okay? But immediately after the tribulation of those 10 days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Okay? Now, if we go to Revelation 9 and verse 2, that's when the star falls. John sees a star fall, and he has a key to the bottomless pit. But what happens in Revelation 9:2 is, and we're thinking the CERN here. Now think about the CERN and what the physicists themselves are saying. They're going to open a portal. It's going to be open for 10 to 26 seconds. And they're going to have working physics on or about the 24th of September. Okay? Right in the same culminating area. So, it says, and he opened the bottomless pit, or the CERN opened the portal, all right, the bottomless pit portal for 10 to 26 seconds. Okay? As the smoke of the great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. All right. When they open up the portal, the sun will be darkened. All right. And what does it say over in Matthew? It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days, those 10 days, that the sun shall be darkened. When the 23rd is your 10 days from the 13th. Okay. And that's immediately after the tribulation of those days, and that's about the time that they want to open the portal. So the portal opens on the 23rd, 24th, okay? Look at it in the general culmination of these things happening, and what the physicists are saying. They're going to have working physics opening the portal for 10 to 26 seconds. It says the sun shall be darkened. That's because the portal was opened. The portal was opened, the sun is darkened, all right? The smoke of the pit, all right? Who knows what that smoke is? If it's a literal smoke, some people say asteroids are going to hit, or an asteroid will hit, and the smoke from all the volcanoes will go off. Who knows? Who knows? but the smoke of the pit. It's a darkening of the sun. So the darkening of the sun is done by the opening of the pit, right? We can agree on that because it says that in Revelation 9 with the key to the bottomless pit. Looking at it like the keys to the bottomless pit and the ones that are going to open it are the CERN. So you say when the pit is open for 10 to 26 seconds, the sun is darkened. And the air. The air just has anything to do. We battle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual powers, right? In high places. And the air. Okay? All right? So the sun is darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, because remember, the moon's on the other side of the earth, and the moon doesn't give its light because it's also darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit, or the portal, or the darkness that's now on the earth, according to that pit being open. Okay? The stars shall fall from heaven. Then you can go into Revelation 8. All right, Revelation 8, where the trumpets blow and the stars fall. You got a star falling that's called wormwood. You got one that's burning like a mountain. This is due to the CERN. The CERN has 100,000 times the gravity of the Earth. 1 G on me would be double my weight, or one gravitational force. It would be double my weight. I'm 150. 2 G's. Two G's. All right, 1 G is just what we have now. But 2 G's is double your weight. 3 G's is triple. 4 G's is quadruple. See? So 100,000 times you couldn't stand. If you were in that beam, you'd be sucked into it. Like dead. You'd be dead. Okay? But the 100,000 times the Earth's gravitational force, if it's a tractor beam, you only can go back to the days of Star Trek. I don't know, there are probably people watching this that even watch the movie Star Trek now. But it makes sense that when that thing, if that beam were on this part, if you have the Earth, right, it is rounded. And on the left hand here, you've got your the CERN over here by my knuckle. All right? And on the right side, you're on the right side. You're over here. And you're on this knuckle. All right? And you're looking up at the sky. All right? And the CERN's over here on the left. Okay? What happens? The CERN has an object to the center. All right? And so the CERN goes 100,000 times now. 100,000 times the gravity. The CERN turns on and creates this 100,000 time gravity to align with like some kind of planet, like let's say Saturn, and it goes. So with that, you just moved the whole Earth's round, the whole globe moved. It moved that quick. So if you were looking up at the stars or the sun, depends on where you are on the Earth, day or night, that object in the sky would just go. It would look like Star Trek when they go to hyperspeed, right? When you're looking at the stars and they say, hyperspeed or whatever, and all of a sudden the stars go, they go right past you like a blur. That's what would happen with something that has 100 times the pull of Earth. And it will actually move the Earth out of its place. Just like Isaiah says, the Earth will be moved out of its place as a cottage. Like a small cottage. Interesting. I'm believing pretty much that this CERN is it's the key to the bottomless pit at very least. Whether it's going to do what I say it's going to do as far as moving the whole Earth, that still remains, well, God forbid. But we know that we know that every island and every mountain is going to be moved out of its place according to Revelation 6. Every island and every mountain. That's all the mountains and islands in the world. That's a worldwide, it's either a worldwide, a pole shift, okay? Or it's just something, something has to happen for every island and every mountain to shake. We've had earthquakes in different places, right? Diverse places, as Jesus said, different places. But for the whole Earth, every bit, remember the worldwide earthquake, all islands and all mountains to be moved out of their place, that's got to be done by a pole shift. There is no way around it. And moved out of its place. The Earth is moved out of its place. That's in Isaiah. I think it's in Isaiah 26, and let me read it. Without going too much longer, I just want to touch base on that. 10 days. Let's see. It says the earth mourneth and fadeth away. 26. I thought it was 26. Maybe not. No. I'll have to look it up instead of taking the time on the video. Anyway, the whole bottom line here is immediately after the tribulation of those 10 days. I know that's what I say in reading between the lines in Matthew 24:29, but it does say immediately after the tribulation of those days, and it does say in Revelation 2:10 that some of you will have tribulation for 10 days, or 10 days. Okay? So, does that mean us? Does that mean the Jewish people? It does kind of relate to that, because he says before that in verse 9, he says, I know those that call themselves Jews, but are of the synagogue of Satan. All right? You know, it says some of you will be, so maybe he's talking in that context of the Jewish people. The fact is that there's a 10-day period of tribulation right there. The Word says it. The Word says there will be 10 days of tribulation. Okay? Whether it's us that goes through it, or Jews, or anybody, be ready. And one of the ways to be ready is to make sure you know that your Creator loves you, and you're ready to go see Him, okay? Ready to be with Him, even if we go through the 10 days. If we go through that 10 days, there you go. But the whole thing is the CERN is going to have working physics. Remember this, on the 23rd, 24th of September is when they want to have that. And they're making great leaps and bounds toward that, and it looks as if they will. They're denying and they're not listening to any of Stephen Hawking's warnings. It's coming. All right? And the good thing is that what's coming is we know we're going to be with our Creator. That's the good thing. I love you people. I love you brothers and sisters. I love you. God bless you.